Welcome to Just a Physician podcast, where we're always on time. Maybe 3-4 months late, but that's on time for us. All right. So we're finally back. Season 2, episode 1. This is Steve, and I'm joined by Dimitri. Say hi, Dimitri.
What's good?
So it's just going to be us for today. If you're watching on stream, we're in VR chat on Twitch. We'll upload this on YouTube. I'm debating if I'm going to do like an audio only upload and a full VR upload to YouTube. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. But we're trying to get this out on a regular schedule. We thoroughly enjoy doing this more than anything. We want to do this for ourselves, but we know there are people out here waiting for an episode, and it's just been a minute. I will apologize for that. We've got a lot of shit going on in our personal lives, and it's just been very difficult for all of us to make it work, which is part of the reason it's just Dimitri and myself today. We miss you, Randy. Hopefully you're on the next show. But we figured 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so at least we'll get a show with us. But definitely give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. We have new logo, new music. We're trying some new shit this time. I'm going to be editing a little differently, try to give it a new flair, give it a kind of a 2.0 flavor to it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you don't, let me know. I may not change it. We may not make any changes based off of it, but we want to hear from you.
We like hearing and seeing that people acknowledge our existence.
Yeah. Instead of us just like screaming into an echo chamber, which is what it feels like sometimes. But yeah, what's been up, Dimitri?
Man, how long has it been since we've done a show? Like 3 months at this point?
I think so.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of games. I think everyone knows at this point that I stream on Twitch. Little plug right there, My stream might be in the bio of this show. Just saying. Steve, make it happen.
Bitch.
but yeah, I've been going extremely hard on streaming on my personal channel this year. Like, that was my goal for 2022, was to get a bigger like audience, I guess, or people that actually watch me and shit. And it's been working out. Like, I've got a little community, a couple of guys that come through consistently and stuff. It's really nice. They're all homies. I made a Discord for it. So just trying to get some sort of community going, I guess, that likes to watch me play games and shit, which that's still wild to me. People watch me play games, like, because I'm going to be gaming anyway. But the fact that people want to see me do it and pay me to do it is fucking insane. But yeah, it's that's all I've been doing. Been playing. I did a whole playthrough of Elden. Huh?
What have you been playing?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get into. I did a whole playthrough of Elden Ring. Did a whole playthrough of Persona 3 Portable. Obviously Genshin. I mean, that's what my avatar is right now. Like, I'm clearly obsessed.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
Hey, but it's fine. There was this new battle royale that dropped recently called Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt or some shit like that. It's a long name, but you're like vampires with powers and abilities. You jump high, climb on walls, and you shoot people. And there's like humans, like NPC humans, just like walking around the street and stuff. And you can eat or suck their blood, and it gives you a buff. Like, you'll get one that gives you an extra life, gives you like health regen, shit like that. It's really cool. Very difficult. I suck at shooters, so I'm not having that much fun. But I like the concept of it, so I'm trying to get better at it. But yeah, dude, Valorant, Overwatch 2 is dropping soon, so I'm trying to get into the fucking beta for that, but they refuse to send me a code. That's pretty much it. Just kind of making my way. Oh, Tales of Arise. That's the playthrough I just started. Really good game so far. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just playing games and shit. Work, obviously. My sister had a baby recently, so
Are you an uncle?
Yeah, bro. I already have I got a nephew. from my other one of my brothers. I got three nieces from my other brother, and then now my sister has a kid. So that leaves me as the only kid in the family with no kid,
Kid.
bro. Bro, I went to the baby shower this weekend, and one of the first things someone said to me was, "Oh no, it's your turn, bro.
Oh,
Fuck
they
off,
always do that shit. It's so
bro."
unhealthy.
I know, bro. I'm good. I have a dog. I am good right now.
You are not
But
ready to be a father. That's not a slight. That's not a knock. It's just right now you're doing you, and once you have a
yeah,
kid, you are no longer doing you. You are only doing for the baby, and for 9 months to a year and a half, you're doing for the mama too. So if
yeah,
you want
bro.
to have any time that is just for you, don't have a kid.
Yeah, literally, like as soon as like she finds out she's pregnant, like life changes, like, and it's irreversible. So I'm,
especially the way the country's going, it will be irreversible very
oh
soon.
yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, I'm good on that. But that's pretty much me. Just work, games, the usual. What have you been up to, bro?
It's been all about work, man. I've been working my ass off on some personal shit, trying to get my paper in order because I'm trying to build a house. That's really what I'm trying to do right now. I got my house is 100 years old and I love it, but it's been daily work, man. I'm doing something, I'm repairing something, and I'm like, my kids are in high school except for the little one. Pretty soon they'll be in college. I won't need this big ass house because my house is pretty big. And it's already a pain in the ass to keep up with just with the basic shit plus being 100 years old. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get myself into a house built just the way I want it and on some land because I had a compromise on that when I was trying to buy a house 6 almost 7 years ago. I had to do what was best for the family, which was be close to a city. I wouldn't say our place is a city, but it's 20,000 people and it's got all the shit you need. So I gave up having a lot of land to have everything in the town that I can possibly need. So now I'm making like a 3 to 5 year plan on how I can sell this house and build the house I want. And it unfortunately it takes that much time. So a lot of work towards getting that in motion. Plus, I'm I'm always coy about what my job is, but essentially I'm the head of IT operations for a company, and that shit is a lot of work. And I've been doing some pretty good sized projects that have been eating up a lot of time and adding a little bit of stress to my life. So I haven't gamed as much as I'd love to. I've been playing some shit here and there. I was playing NHL for a while because that's a game you can pick up and have some fun with and put that shit down. I've been talking to Randy about WWE 2K22. I've been playing that for a bit. He's been playing that too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I played a little bit of Elden Ring. I didn't get very far in it. That's a time suck, and I just haven't been able to give it the time it deserves. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to.
Dude, I kind of want to talk a little bit about like just Elden Ring. Like you said, it
Go.
is a time suck, bro. I put in let's see, if I'm remembering right, it was right around like 100 to like 115 hours of just playtime, and that was the only game I played from the day it released until I beat it. I got to level like 150, I think, and the bosses, like this was like, just to give like some context, I have never played a Souls game before. Or I played Code Vein. It's like an anime Souls game, but it's not like Dark Souls level difficulty. Like it's much easier. um but Elden Ring, that game beats your ass from the beginning. Like the first boss, bro, it's like a check. It makes you realize if you want to continue or not, because like like a bunch of people bought Elden Ring, but a bunch of people also refunded Elden Ring because of that fucking fight. They couldn't progress through the game because they didn't. I don't want to sound like a dickhead, but they didn't get good. Like if you if you ask any Dark Souls player, like a hardcore one, like any tips or anything, just be like, bro, you just got to get good. And they're
Totally.
right. They're completely right because like armor and shit, like it doesn't matter that much because most, if not all, of the bosses can still one shot you. Like they like no matter what the fuck you have on, maybe you'll have a little bit more resistance to it, but your health is still getting fucking deleted. Um, but it was a huge accomplishment to beat it because there was this boss that a bunch of people were saying on like social media that was the hardest boss that Dark Souls game has ever had in it. Bro, I went into that fight and I beat that bitch first try. I'm not even kidding. On stream, beat that bitch first try. I was screaming. Yeah,
You
that's what I wanted to
bragging.
say. Yeah, I was about to say that. That's the only reason I wanted to talk about it because I fucking accomplished it. I finished Elden Ring. I beat all the bosses. I didn't collect all the shit in it. Like I didn't 100% that part, but I fought every boss that the game threw at me, and that feels fucking good, bro. Like, I'm not gonna
Good for
lie.
you, man. I can appreciate that. Like I was not that good. I was having fun with it, but I was just getting slapped around. It was embarrassing. I was not streaming that shit for sure. Um
It definitely takes a lot to get used to because like I might have made it to the end and shit on the boss, but like the first 30 hours of that shit was me getting my ass beat. So
yeah.
with
It's
every death in Elden Ring, you get better because the big thing about it is like you have to learn the move sets of like bosses and enemies. So once you learn that, then like you're good. That's you can dodge fucking everything damn near.
yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure I mean it's old now. We just haven't been fucking we haven't done a show in so long, but I'm sure anyone that's gonna play it has picked it up. But if you're on the fence, I definitely recommend it. If you have the time to put into it and the patience to get good, as they say.
Yeah, like I put 100 hours into it, but that's not because I was taking my time. Like it's just that big. The game is fucking gigantic. There's so much to explore, and that was one of the things that made me sad when I finished it. Was like I've never played a game like that before with that level of like exploration and like rewards and difficulty, and because like a big part of that is it's so difficult. So when you beat something, it like you get that really rewarding feeling. Like there's
Yeah, yeah,
it's hard to describe, but like it's just a big sense of accomplishment. So like when it ended, I was sad
yeah.
because
It's always bittersweet.
yeah, it's I always get I call it like post game depression. Like I get it with any game that I fucking put tons of hours into because it's like that's all you did for a long time, and now it's over. It's like, well, what do I do now? Like
Yeah,
what's next? Because like I saw a bunch of people saying about Elden Ring that like they hate that it's over because this was like a once in a lifetime experience for a game. Like we're not going to get something like this for a while, if ever. So it was a really good experience, and I'm glad I stuck through it. I think that maybe depending on there's a couple of games I'm waiting on, and we'll talk about that later, I guess.
I mean, we can talk about it. We're just kind of going with the conversation.
Yeah, if depending on how these games I'm waiting on, like how good they are, depending on how they go, Elden Ring might be my game of the year. And I'm not even kidding. I've never played a Souls game, but I love that shit that much that it's probably my game of the year.
Talking about that shit in May. That's crazy.
Yeah, that
Well,
shit
wait.
dropped in like late
Yeah,
February.
I was gonna say, when did Elden Ring drop?
Yeah, it was late February.
That shit took over. I'm very happy for the developers, for everyone that put shit into that, because it's sad when you see a game that you can tell people put love into it and it just flops. And I think it was definitely a top seller. I don't know what the figures are, but yeah, it dropped February 25th, and it was immediately everyone was talking about that shit.
Everyone was streaming it. You could not get on Twitch without saying Elden Ring. Like front page shit. Like all the people that I follow were streaming it. you could not escape Elden Ring within the first month of that shit dropping.
So I was I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole. I watch Charlie a lot. You know, that dude is hilarious with his monotone. And he's talking about this guy who is abusing copyright. Like, if you talk shit about him, he will file a claim, and you know how YouTube copyright shit goes. And basically, this dude that's abusing copyright, he had the worst Elden Ring hot take. You can tell based on the video and what he's talking about, the dude made it like 20 minutes into the game, got his ass kicked and shit all over it.
He got
And
to
like,
that first boss and got his ass
mhm,
handed to him.
yeah, and so he released a review video based on the first 20 minutes of the fucking game, and anyone that's played it called him out on it and was shitting on him, rightfully so. And he started doing copyright strikes against everyone, the automated shit, and people were like losing their fucking channels over this asshole who who didn't put in any time, made a lazy review, and is now abusing the broken ass YouTube copyright system. So his video,
Dickhead.
I'll link it because it's a funny video with context. You know, like obviously this dude didn't play the game for more than maybe he put an hour into it, maybe. And this game you put what 150 hours into it, and you still didn't 100% it. Like, obviously had no business fucking leaving a review. He was just trying to cash in on Elden Ring hype. Everyone was consuming anything they could on that shit. And now he's abusing it, and people are losing their fucking channels because the guy's a lazy douchebag.
Yeah, fuck that guy. What a dickhead. Like, if you don't enjoy a product, or I don't know, I was about to say if you don't enjoy a product, like don't leave a review, but it's not the product that's bad in this case. It's the guy. Like, you're the
Yeah,
reason you didn't get good, bro.
yeah,
This is
and
easy. You just didn't get
it,
good.
it's basically what the criticism about the game was. Like he was shitting on the graphics. Like,
That game
what
looks
are you talking
beautiful.
about? The game is gorgeous. So yeah, it was so lazy and frustrating. Like, I know there are tons of games like Genshin isn't for me, but I am glad that it's there for people that can. I understand that not everything is for me, especially as I'm getting older. I'm 37. I'm going to be 37 this year. Most of the shit made today is not for me. It's for people that are, you know, 18 to 34, whatever the key demo is. So I get that, and I appreciate that. There's some stuff I'm going to enjoy that comes out. Most of it probably isn't for me, and that's okay. Just let people have what makes them happy, and shut the fuck up.
I agree, 100%. But like that was another thing that I saw about Elden Ring stuff is like some people thought it's not a good game because of the amount of time you have to put into it to even be able to like play it. Because like if you were like me and you never played a Souls game before and you go into Elden Ring thinking it's like a JRPG and you're just about to like walk through it, you're going to be very disappointed. Like very disappointed. So like I get that, but at the same time, if you spend the $60 to get it, like try it. Like look up guides online, I guess, and like learn how the game works before you shit on it. Because I guarantee people are just like running up to shit, swinging, hacking, and slashing, and getting fucked up. Like that's not. That's just not how you play it. Like that's not the game's fault, though.
Yeah, that's one of the things he criticized. Like, he walked up to an NPC and attacked him and got his ass handed to him. So you
Yeah,
weren't supposed to. You weren't supposed to do that.
yeah, you don't kill the NPCs in fucking Souls games, like because one, they could be like a vendor for items, armor, and shit. Two, they could have quests and like specific dialogue that gives you lore. And lore in these games is like the whole thing. Like every item you pick up has lore to it that builds the world. So like he's a fucking idiot. Like he's an idiot, bro. Fuck that guy.
I dropped it in the Twitch stream. I'll link it in the YouTube and the podcast notes. It's a
Nice.
funny video if you enjoy Charlie. Charlie's great.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Uh, like this video, follow the stream, subscribe, and who knows, we might get him on the show.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
at him. Tell him to come through.
I'm sure that's what he's waiting for.
Yeah, the little 30 follower Twitch stream who hasn't streamed in 6 months wants Charlie on it. Get him in here. We can do it.
Get him in
I
there
believe
now.
in us.
We have 38
Yeah,
followers. Thank you. Don't undersell us.
yeah, and we could also get fucking Muda in this bitch because they're
That would be
homies.
great. Yeah, he's awesome. I love Muda.
Same.
Uh,
But
so
all right, I guess that's enough about Elden Ring. What else we
yeah,
got?
I was going to talk about some shit that dropped this morning with Young Thug and Gunna being charged with RICO in Georgia. It's fucking insane. Like
All right, let's hear it.
my my cliff notes on this is talk the game. Don't get played by it. Don't act like you're a thug, and don't be a thug if you're trying to be a rapper. Like you can just Rick Ross it. You can just act like you're this gangster and stay at home and read a book. Because if not, you're gonna get Rico, and Rico charges. I think it's like 96% conviction rate is insane. You do not get off on Rico. Rico, you most of the time Rico, you're federally fucked. This looks like they're state charges, but
Can you explain what Rico is?
RICO is the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act, which basically was implemented so they can take down the mobsters back in the day when everything was ran by the mafia. They were trying to figure out how they can nothing would stick. Basically, they a real like old school mobsters that a lot of the gangsters nowadays want to emulate. They were very good about keeping themselves 3 or 4 or 5, basically keeping themselves insulated, 5 steps away from the actual crime as it's being committed. So, so RICO was something that the federal government put together to try to stick to these motherfuckers. Um, and like I said before, it's the conviction rate. I don't know what it is in Georgia, but I know federal RICO, it's in the mid to high 90s. Like you do not walk away. You're lucky if you get out within 10 years. Usually it's 25 and up. So
Shit.
yeah, these guys. I think I read there's 28. Yeah, 28 total uh, people being charged, including Gunna and Young Thug. Um, and it's an 88 page indictment. Like they have been doing their fucking homework. And from what I read, this has been going on. This investigation's been going on for up to 10 years.
Holy
They've been
shit.
watching everything these guys do and writing a note, and now I'm pretty sure these guys are never going to be on the other side. They're going to stay behind bars. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of either's. I don't have anything against them. They've just never been on my radar. Are you a fan of their music?
Not gonna, but I do enjoy some Young Thug every now and then.
I'll give him credit because I know Young Thug co-wrote "This Is America," which is a fucking awesome song. And chances are he probably co-wrote some other shit I like. I just never been a big fan of him, the music he puts out.
He really like I know you hate this, but he like pioneered and paved the way for like mumble rap as it is today. But with that being said, when you can understand him, I like him. He's a very weird or he's not a weird individual, but like he definitely has his own style. Like he wears like dresses and shit. But
Yeah, yeah.
he's a cool artist. Like he definitely has some creativity, and that's what I like in the people that I listen to. Even though if I can't fucking understand him half the time.
Yeah, I know. Obviously when this shit broke, I started kind of going down a rabbit hole trying to get caught up on these dudes to figure out who the fuck they are. Besides, people that are going to spend the rest of their lives in prison. And I fell down the his beef with Lucci. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm sound like a fucking old man.
Was
Um,
it YFN Lucci?
yeah, Lucci. Yeah, yeah, and like it came out that he basically tried to get him killed, which is fucking insane. And I guess Lucci was claiming that he fucked Young Thug's girl, and really, I guess their beef went pretty fucking hard. Um, that dude's in prison too, right? Like,
Shit,
what the fuck?
probably. Like this is like the thing I don't understand about these literal millionaire individuals is like they probably like came from like the streets being poor and like wanting to get money and like grinding, which I respect that, but like you've made it out now. Stop. Like all these
Yeah,
guys getting busted on like illegal gun charges and shit. Like, bro, buy it, register it, like get a
yeah.
license for this bitch, bro. Like, what are you doing?
I don't get it, man. Like I made the joke when this first dropped is like when keeping it real goes wrong. Like what the
Dead
fuck are you
ass.
doing, man? You got millions of dollars. Keep that shit away from you. You don't need to keep it real, man. Get the hell out of the hood. Like we
Yeah,
talked
and
about this shit years or not a year ago. Like in the beginning of the show, I don't remember why it came up. It's like just I think it was about nudie, probably about nudie. Everything's
yeah,
about nudie.
nudie. We like nudie.
Just fucking move to California, get in a gated community, and cut everyone off. Don't keep those day ones with you because they're gonna fucking drag you down, man.
Well, like now that I said that, like buy a gun and like do the legal shit, like register it and fucking get a license and shit. But a lot of these guys, like where they came from, like they probably have prior charges, so maybe that's not an option. Like I'm not sure. Like I mean, I've never been fucking arrested for like guns. I've never been arrested for anything, but like I'm not sure if you get caught with like shooting someone or having an
Yes.
unregistered having an unregistered gun in the first place. I'm not sure if that like marks your record and you can no longer own a firearm. Period. So I'm not sure if like that's what happened. Like these guys have
So
fucking arsenals in their bedroom and shit.
So yeah, usually if you have any felony charges, usually that disqualifies you from owning a gun legally in the future, and that's a bit of a controversial thing. I'm not going to weigh in on my opinion, but I know a lot of people feel that's unconstitutional because obviously the Second Amendment says everyone should have a fucking gun. Well, fuck it, I'll say I don't think everyone needs a gun. You don't
Hot
all
take.
need it.
Cancel him. Cancel him.
and
Get
that
him.
that being said, I do legally own one and keep it locked in the safe. Um,
Same.
but yeah, if you get caught, especially for violent crimes, but essentially any felony would disqualify you from having or owning a firearm legally. But if you're a millionaire, hire someone that can legally own a gun to protect you. It's fine. You don't need to be the one holding the heater. Just let someone else have
That
it,
ass.
please.
Yeah, like you said heater, but there's also like there's many names for a gun. Like I think recently it's being called the stick or the pole,
I
or
thought
you
that was
have
a
a gun.
penis.
Shit, I mean it is. So is people also call guns glizzies? Like, and that's
I
a
thought
hot
that was a
dog.
hot dog.
Yeah, I keep the fucking glizzy on me. Fucking like I don't know. It's I think people like I don't want to get fucking like ooh canceled for like saying what the fuck I think, but like I agree with everyone should like have a gun, but if you fuck up, you probably shouldn't because you've shown that you don't know how to like handle yourself when you have the gun. But
that
also,
that's
I'm not
my
sure.
take.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
like
don't mean to step on you. That's to clarify what I was saying earlier. If you can be responsible with it, then I have no problem with you having it. But I also think that like you should have to take a course on it, a safety course. You have to take a fucking safety course for a driver's license in a lot of states, but you don't for a fucking gun.
dude,
So be
remember?
responsible.
Yeah, Steve went with me when I got my gun. We went to the store. I got on the computer, did my little course or whatever, and I was in, did the course, picked out a gun, bought it, and was out within 30 minutes. It is not a long process, depending on your state, I guess. It's probably really fucking easy to get one in Texas. Like, they just look at you, like, yeah, he's a good guy. Give him a gun. Fucking like it's
they hold up a complexion to make sure you're the right color.
oh god, like the Family Guy meme.
Now I'm canceled.
But yeah, you're fucked. Get him. But like with that being said, like if you fuck up, then you should probably get it taken away. But also, I kind of think that at some point, maybe after a certain amount of years or whatever, should probably be given a chance to like plead your case and like prove that you've been reformed or whatever, and then you can get a gun back because it's like in the Constitution to like own a gun. Like I feel like that's one of the things that like should be able to be reversed. I'm not sure if it is. I'm not a fucking legal guy, but that's how I feel.
So I know someone personally that fucked up when they were young, and they got an attorney, and it took them years, but eventually they did get their rights to own a firearm back. So it is
Nice.
possible, but of course it costs a ton of money because everything does.
Yeah, but if you're a millionaire rapper, that's a
Yeah,
fucking drop in the hat, bro. Like fucking tell
yeah,
your fucking lawyer to go do that for you, and then you can go keep rapping and shit. Like it's
yeah.
like use your fucking head. Like you've already grinded. You're out of the streets. You've made it. Do like now's the time to like do shit right, you know? Like you don't have to grind no bro, you don't have to fight no more.
It's insane. Like I haven't read the whole indictment, obviously, but from what I'm reading, like this dude, it sounds like they didn't make good choices, and it sounds like they weren't smart with their poor choices either. So it is like they handed the fucking state the charges for them. Like they made it super easy.
They
But
walked up and they're like, "Yeah, bro, you're fucked. We
yeah,
got you. Put your hands
yeah,
behind your back. You know what you did. Like easy, boom, got him. That sucks though. Like they're I don't know about Gunna, but Young Thug is like more or less a legend at this point. I think so. It does suck to see him getting fucked up like that. Gunna's good too, but like I think Young Thug is bigger.
yeah, yeah. It definitely, and it sucks for the other 26 people who died it because no one gives a shit.
Yeah, they can't be fucked to name them. They were probably just like small homies that they hung out with, and then boom, fuck. Those were the day ones.
Yeah, those
One
were the day ones.
one of those guys probably snitched, and he's gonna get off going to witness protection and shit, and he's gonna be good and fucking rich.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, and I don't know how much of it is factual. I've not fact checked it or chased it back, but it looks like Young Thug was the kingpin, if you will. Like his record label was it Young Slime or whatever the hell it is. I sound so fucking old.
YSL.
Yeah, Young Slime Life. It was more than a record label. It was actually the name of their criminal organization, if you will, their gang. So,
Yeah, I saw
uh,
that they were like loosely affiliated with, or like a branch off of like the Blood Gang or some shit.
yep, that's what I'm seeing as well. It's fucking insane, dude. Just it's there's no need for it. Like, how many people have been shot for keeping it real? Like, I went down a rabbit hole on that. Like, there's so many rappers under the age of 30 who got smoked because they kept it real, man. They kept hanging out with the same people that they were running with before they made it big, and it ends up taking their lives. It's fucking insane. Once people know, you might not even have that money yet. Maybe you just signed and you're still trying to get out, but they know that you signed with a record label and you're about to go off. They just see dollar signs and they're gonna try to rob your ass. Like that's 9 times out of 10. That's the motivation behind it, or some of the shit they did before they made it big. Get the fuck out, man. Get away from the Bloods. Get away from the Crips. Get the fuck out and go to California. Get that gated community and just live a good life. This
I
comes from a
agree.
poor dude in the South.
Yeah, I was about to say we say that, but it's probably like way more deep. Like I know that gang shit goes fucking deep. Like it's like a generational thing. Like they probably
True.
feel like they have to or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't want to talk shit because I don't want to get fucked up. But like I just don't understand.
Yeah.
But
And that That's a fair point. I don't fucking know either. I don't know the stresses of it all, but I can tell you, I grew up dirt poor. I grew up in the city. There was a lot of gang shit around me, and I didn't get pulled into it. It took a long time to get out of there, and there was a lot of opportunities for me to get pulled into it, and I kept it clean, and I got the fuck out as soon as I could.
Yeah, like it's like I feel like you have to make a decision pretty soon to know like what to do. Like if you like fuck around and you're like maybe I'll like just chill, build my money up like with the homies or whatever, and then like all of a sudden you're fucking selling weed out of a fucking like trap house and shit, and like you have people under you and homies that rely on you. Like your bills have to be paid, so like you're probably just thinking like, well, I guess I'll just stick with it, and then boom, like some beef happens, and then you get fucking blasted.
You know, it's funny because I kept clean. I didn't get pulled into it, but I did sell some weed when I was in
I
high
feel like
school.
everyone has like at some point, like it's not a hard thing to do.
No, and I wasn't like moving weight or anything like that, but I used to run the school store in high school, and I used to sell weed out the school store. The shit was so convenient, man. The shit was nice. Like they
You're
come,
gonna get your school raided, fucking drug dogs and shit. We got him, it's Steve.
it's been a long time since I was in high school, but we used to sell like snacks at the school store. That was like how the school made a little extra money. So we'd sell like a, a 25 cent fucking bag of chips and sell it for 50 cents. And
With a
you know,
side of joint.
yeah, yeah. So the people knew they saw I was working the school store. I'd throw it in the bag, and it was an easy way to make some money, man.
That's crazy. Holy shit. This just in. Steve is a drug dealer. Cancel him. We have like three things to cancel you for this show, bro.
This has been a bad show. I should have just ended with season one.
You're gonna get some fucking Rico charges, bro. It's over with.
Oh shit.
All right,
Uh,
what else we got?
I mean, it's old, but we did as a group. We went to go see the Batman, and that shit was good.
Ooh,
If
we
you
never
haven't
talked
seen
about
it,
Batman.
we haven't. It's on HBO Max now. If anyone is on the fence, it's very fucking good. I really enjoyed it.
Same.
Uh,
I literally watched that shit again last night because it hit HBO Max. But after this, I want to talk about VR chat because
okay.
like like Steve probably knows I've been in this shit for a long time. Like between our last show and like now. But yeah, the fucking Batman. I watched that shit in VR chat last night.
Did you?
Big screen movie theater fucking thing, bro.
That's
So
fucking awesome.
yeah, bro, it's great. VR chat's fucking great. But the Batman is
Well,
also great.
what I'll say about the Batman, Robert Pattinson did a nice job. It was very good. It was compelling. I was interested. Um, Zoe Kravitz is fucking hot, and she was great as well. It's if you are on the fence about seeing the Batman, I look at it as it's like the movie Seven, but with for people with a leather fetish because there's a lot of leather.
There is.
But it was very good. It was well acted. I wasn't really. I know some people were like, Robert Pattinson." I was like, "Dude's a fine actor. Like, he got started in a corny ass movie. I don't care for, but it wasn't his fault. He wasn't the reason that movie sucked. And
And
he
he
did.
got
He was.
rich off it.
Yeah, he made some money. Paul Dano as the Riddler was fucking great. The Riddler was a great character. It was very interesting. A bit of a play on incels, I think. Maybe I'm just reading into it, but that's kind of the vibe I got on it.
He was like a
Uh,
fucking Reddit troll. That's
yeah,
whenever a Reddit troll pops up, that is the exact image that pops in my head is that guy.
and Colin Farrell was unrecognizable as Oz, and it wasn't until I was watching the end of the credits at the end where I was like, "Holy shit, that was Colin Farrell." Um, yeah, I
Isn't he
mean,
usually unrecognizable in his roles?
I don't think so. Sometimes maybe I think that's more Daniel Day Lewis, but yeah, it overall. long movie, but very fucking good. I'm gonna watch it again because I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's better than the Dark Knight, which was fucking awesome, but I would say it's right up there next to it.
I think it's better than Dark Knight. I fucking love that movie, or I love this movie, the new one. I agree with everything you said. Robert Pattinson has solidified himself to be a great fucking actor. Like, because literally on the way to the movies with Steve, because we saw it together because we're homies and shit. With Steve, I was literally saying like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, bro. He's a fucking like vampire, like glittery boy. Like, why would I want to see him play like a hard ass Batman? And then by the end of the movie, I'm like, holy shit, Robert Pattinson is amazing. I want to go watch his other movies besides Twilight now. Because I've heard he's had a couple like other like really good ones that aren't soft. If
I
that makes
think
sense.
I think he's done everything he can since that movie came out to distance himself from it. That movie being the Twilight trilogy. Like every single movie he's done has been the opposite of that shit. And I haven't seen all of it, but like The Lighthouse, Tenet, obviously the Batman. Like it could not be further away from that shit. And dude deserves a shot. So if you're thinking I'm not gonna watch it because of Robert Pattinson, fuck off. Just watch the damn movie. It's
Yeah,
good.
change your fucking mind right now. I like I've seen Twilight. Like, don't roast me, but I love Twilight, bro. Like, I watch the whole like series like twice a year, and I fucking like it. I'm sorry, but yeah, Robert Pattinson's great. Like, literally, if your only reason for not seeing it is I don't want to see Robert Pattinson, you're a fucking idiot. And you need to
Yeah,
be told that way. I'm not sugarcoating it. You're a fucking idiot.
I just saw everyone left the Twitch stream when you said you like Twilight. I'm just letting you know.
No.
I mean, I like I said earlier, I like what you like. Don't be a dick and like what you like. That's kind of my motto. If you enjoy it, go for it. It's not for me. I did not like. I did watch it. I think I watched the Rift Tracks version of it, which Rift Tracks is fucking awesome. Where they just kind of roast it for the entire duration, and that was enjoyable. But I can tell the movie itself is made for teenage girls, and I was never a teenage girl. You
What are you
kind of
trying to say?
you slip in you slip into the persona of a teenage girl very frequently.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's lying. Cancel him.
I'm already
Lies
getting canceled. It might as
lies
well
and
just.
slander. But like this movie, like Robert Pattinson aside, the soundtrack, dude. It had
Yeah,
the same guy, I think, like if I'm wrong, educate me, don't call me an idiot. But I'm pretty sure the same guy who made or orchestrated like the Darth Vader theme did the Batman theme, like the main like Batman theme. And you can tell because it like when it plays the main Batman theme, like when it starts, I'm like, wait, is this fucking Star Wars? Because like it sounds a lot like it. Can you fact check that for me, Steve?
I will work on that, but I will say like the the big theme song that had lyrics
Something's in my ass.
is "Something in the Way" by Nirvana, which I am a huge Nirvana fan. That song
So
fucking
good.
rules, and
It was so
it's
good.
played so well in the Batman.
It
Um,
was when it first played it, like in the movie. I got like fucking chills, bro. I'm not even kidding.
so the composer for the Batman is also the composer for Mission Impossible, Jurassic World, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Trek, seven Pixar movies,
Yeah,
and Spider-Man: No Way Home. Dude is just Star Wars, Rogue One. Dude is just all over. He also did Medal of Honor and Call of Duty. So
nice.
that
Pretty
dude is
talented guy.
busy. Yeah, and you're right. He did a fucking awesome job on this movie. It's
Dead
it's one of
ass.
those it's one of those things where if you really notice it if it's really good or really bad. You know what I mean? Like the actual composer,
Yeah.
if they're shit, like it stands out. But most of the time they're good and it kind of blends in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do enjoy a nice mediocre soundtrack every now and then.
I like Steve in chat mentioned Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman is fucking awesome. That dude is super talented. He's the composer for mostly I know him from The Simpsons, but he's done
Oh,
a shit
nice.
ton. Yeah. Let's see, Alice in Wonderland, Spider Man, the original Spider Man trilogy, Doctor Strange, Goodwill Hunting, Men in Black, obviously The Simpsons. Dude is really good, and he was also in a new wave band in the '80s called Oingo Boingo, which is just a fantastic name of a band. And they did the Weird Science song, which is fucking awesome. If you are old like me, you will know what Weird Science is in that song. But yeah, Danny Elfman rules. He was not the composer for the Batman.
The Batman ruled. I fucking loved it. I'm that has like instantly become like a hood classic. Like I don't but the thing is, I don't know if I want it to continue. Like I mean I do cuz like I want more of it, but like I don't know because like if you know me, you know that I fucking want DC to have their own like cinematic universe like Marvel does. Like I know they tried, but it's not that good. The Snyder cut was fucking great, but I don't know if I can see like this Batman and this like universe they created with like the actors and just like the whole thing in general. I don't know if I can see that being like I don't know if I can see fucking Superman in that bitch, you know? Like people with superpowers and stuff. Like I don't know if I can see stuff like that. But like the normal guys like Bane, Joker, Harley Quinn, like Deadshot and shit, like they're all like normal people more or less. Like so if they stick to like guys and villains like that, like the Penguin too, like I think it could be good, but as soon as they start bringing in like people with powers like Poison Ivy, like if she fucking wraps him up with vines and shit from the floor, like
Yeah,
I don't know how that would go. Like it just doesn't feel like it would fit right with how
yeah,
they had
I
this
see what you're
movie.
saying. It needs to be grounded in some kind of reality. So
Yeah.
if they do create villains or heroes in this universe, if they have a logical or some kind of science based way that they get their powers, that could be interesting. That could work. I know they are making a sequel, and I think they almost confirmed that Robin would be in it, so that would be
Oh, nice.
interesting.
Nice.
Um, and obviously, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but at the end, um, Riddler is in Arkham talking to the Joker. So it's pretty much guaranteed that the Joker will be the villain in the next the sequel.
Yeah.
Um, and they're gonna do a HBO Max series based on Gotham City Police Department. It's gonna be like a police procedural, so that would be fucking interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work. Um,
True.
I'm down for it. I love Batman as a character, and I love the universe around him. So I will definitely watch that shit.
All right. Pop or I was going to say pop quiz, but like this isn't really a thing. Rank your Batmans and Jokers right now. Like
The
the actors.
okay. Uh, so I'm old, and I'm gonna go with the Batman '89, Michael Keaton as my number one. But
I've
that's
always heard
most
he was a good one, but I've never seen that.
I love it, and it's I don't know how much of it's nostalgia, probably a fair amount, but Michael Keaton is a great actor, and he actually had a cameo in the Batman. He didn't have a speaking part. He was like standing in the crowd with the police at the hostage with the bomb. Um, so that was cool to see him. And then I'm probably going to give it to Christian Bale for number two. Then Robert Pattinson, and we don't talk about the rest of them. Oh, I'll give it to Adam West because campy '60s Batman is fucking fantastic in its own way. If you haven't watched the Batman 66 movie, it's fucking hilarious. It is so over the top campy. Um, and I really understand people that grew up in that era who love Batman comics and then started watching the Batman series from the 60s and were pissed off and disappointed. I 100% understand. But as someone who grew up where that was always there, the 60s Batman, it's fucking hilarious and it's a good time just to put that shit on in the background. Um, and then for villains, I mean, Heath Ledger Joker is fucking awesome, legendary. I really enjoyed this Riddler. He was fucking great. And then you got to give it to Danny DeVito. He was the Penguin in Batman Returns, and he was fucking awesome. Um, and then Joker in '89, Jack Nicholson was fucking awesome as well. So I'd probably, if I rank it, I would do Heath Ledger, then Jack Nicholson, then what's the Batman, the Riddler from this Batman. What the fuck? I'm blanking on his name. Give me a second to pull it up. I just said it a few minutes ago too. Paul Dano. He was great in the Batman. Then Danny DeVito, and then the rest of them.
You know, like the new Joker. What was his name? Like the Joker solo movie. I forget what the actor's name is.
Oh yeah, he was Joaquin Phoenix, right? Yeah, he
Yeah,
was fucking awesome. I completely blank on it because I don't consider that a Batman movie. Like it was more like Raging Bull, like a not Raging Bull, Taxi from the '70s, where it was like a film about someone descent into madness, losing their fucking mind. Like it was barely about Batman. It was barely a comic book movie, but they just licensed the name the Joker, in my opinion. But yeah, he was fucking awesome. It was a great movie too.
and that brings me like I had you say all that to come back to this. Um, are you okay with them making like solo only movies like this, or are you on the same side of me as you want them to have like a sprawling, like interconnected multi movie like crossover universe thing like Marvel did?
So I think first and foremost, I want a good story. And I think when the focus is so much on this $1 billion universe that's just going to print money, I think they lose focus on character development and in telling a good story from front to back because it's not going to be a 2 hour story where you have the whole thing resolved. It's going to have something that feeds into the next one and feeds into the next one, and which I guess it kind of did with the way this movie ended with the Joker, but the story was wrapped up. If they don't make a sequel, you're not left with questions. Um, so I don't feel strongly one way or the other as long as the story makes sense and it's entertaining.
Agreed. And I don't know if like I want to pick like who would be the best Batman to go with. Like if they were to do a like a universe with like everyone, I'm not sure who I would choose to be like Batman, Joker, um, like any other villain or hero in it. Um, but I kind of want to say like I wouldn't mind fucking what the Batman. What's his name again? The Twilight Boy.
Pattinson?
Yeah, Pattinson. My bad. I completely had a brain fart. I wouldn't mind if he was the primary like universe Batman. I also wouldn't mind if like Joaquin was the universe Joker. I also wouldn't mind fucking the Riddler to stay that guy. I don't.
Yeah,
I want to see this new Joker though. Like in the sequel, I do want to see him because it is another new actor. So I want to see his portrayal of it. I would say I want like Heath Ledger to be like the Joker because he was fucking fantastic. But like, rest in peace to the homie.
yeah.
He can't reprise his role for obvious reasons.
I
So
don't know,
now,
man. I watched a video with Kendrick Lamar today, and they did a good
oh my
job of just
god,
They could bring him back if they wanted to.
they could, but they shouldn't. They
I
should not.
agree. I
I was
I
about to
agree
say,
100%.
um, motherfucking, I forget. Uh, okay. Well, I guess, I guess that's all I have on the Batman. If you don't like Robert Pattinson, fix yourself. Go see the movie. It is a
Yes.
great movie, fantastic movie. I've watched it 3 times already. It's great.
You
I mean,
know,
although I do have the reputation of watching shit movies, like this is a good one. I promise.
yes, we'll get Ryan on here. He'll endorse it as well, and
Yes.
he's like our go-to movie critic. But yeah, it was a very good movie. You know, we didn't even talk about Ben Affleck as Batman.
Oh yeah. Or fucking Jared Leto as his Joker. They
Oh
fucking
yeah.
sucked.
I didn't.
But
I
Margot
didn't have.
Robbie, she can stay. She can stay
Oh,
Harley. I love that. I
she
love that
she
so much.
she can do whatever she wants. I love her. She's awesome.
I
She is.
agree.
She's beautiful, but she's also very good at playing Harley Quinn.
Very true.
Uh,
Also, Steve said in the chat, Green Lantern is the best DC superhero
that was
to an
not me.
extent.
That was a different
Yeah,
Steve.
that, there's a different Steve in chat. Green Lantern is cool, but if I hear anyone say the Green Lantern movie was good, I am beating your ass. That movie was fucking terrible. I love Ryan Reynolds, but that movie fucking sucked.
Yeah, and everyone agrees. Even Ryan Reynolds, he shits on it more than anyone I know, which is the right way to do it. I'm not so growing up. I the comics I read were mostly Marvel. I read Batman, and that was basically the only DC comic I read. So I am not very well versed. And then, obviously the Green Lantern movie came out, and it was dog shit. So that was like that kind of turned me off to him. So maybe I need to give him a new view with a fresh set of eyes. But I am not a huge Green Lantern fan.
Yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds could fit Green Lantern well, but he's not as when he played Green
He's
Lantern, he wasn't the Ryan Reynolds we know now.
he's Deadpool. He needs to be Deadpool.
Yeah, I like him as Deadpool. I fucking love Deadpool, dude.
Me
So
too.
okay, Steve in chat, he said I didn't say shit about the Green Lantern movie. I'm not watching that shit. Thank you. You're better off not doing it. Do not taint how you see Green Lantern. You are much better off not watching it. But with that being said, who do you think would be a good Green Lantern? Like if Ryan Reynolds is off the table.
Which version? Because there's multiple versions, right? There's like
Yeah, there's the black guy and then there's the white guy. I think the white guy is his name is Hal Jordan. The
and
black guy
John Stewart, right? I think.
something like that. I was about to say John Jones, but that's fucking Martian Manhunter. There's too many Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So okay. Like, do not take this the wrong way, listeners. Okay, black Green Lantern and white Green Lantern.
I'm not a good person to ask this question. Like I said, I'm not the most I saw was the fucking Green Lantern movie, and I didn't even watch that whole thing. So I
Good.
don't know his character. I don't know if he's snarky. Like obviously Ryan Reynolds is a sassy, snarky, sarcastic, arrogant prick. That's his persona, and it's great. I love him. So
Yeah, the
if
the white Green Lantern that Ryan Reynolds played, he's more of like a not a jokester, but like he's not a serious guy at all. Like makes jokes and not never serious about shit. But the black guy, he's more serious.
um let's give the Black Green Lantern to Donald Glover because he deserves a
Ooh,
chance. He's wanted a go to character, and obviously the Star Wars movie was a bomb. So he needs another fucking opportunity. That's who I'm giving it to.
I agree. I mean, I love Donald like outside of movies, so like I'm all for that. I'm not now that I think about it, I'm not sure who else I would pick. Like he wasn't even in my mind to play it. I'm not even kidding, but like Now that you said it, I don't think I can unsee it. But for
Yeah,
the white guy, for the white Green Lantern, the only thing that points to like I feel like it has to be Ryan Reynolds, but I can't. Um, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want a white Green Lantern. I only want a black.
Yeah, Lando didn't work out for Donald, so let's give him Green Lantern. I think that's gonna fucking work out. Let's get that going. The internet can get anything done, right?
Wait,
Like I think
wait.
they got him the Lando part. I think that was all the internet. What's up?
Wesley Snipes as
The dude is clearly Blade. He can't be anyone but Blade.
Wesley Snipes as Black Green Lantern, and
Oh, what's his name? Timothy Chalamet. That's who's gonna be the white one.
who's that?
He's the dude from Dune. I'm probably fucking up his last name.
I haven't seen Dune.
You should
I
watch
need to.
Dune. Dune is great.
I want
But-
Owen Wilson to be White Green Lantern.
All right, well that's done. We got ourselves a movie. We got ourselves two
Boom.
movies.
All right, I'm good on DC talk, I guess.
Jim from
Oh.
The Office. That's what Steve said in chat. I'm
Yes.
good with that too.
Yes.
Oh,
That was a good conversation. I like that. Or Ashton Kutcher.
oh my God. No.
Oh, speaking of Ashton Kutcher, like you guys can't see it, like if you're watching the video portion, but we have, or like, even if you're watching the video portion, you can't see it because of the way the camera's framed right now. But we have movie posters all
yeah.
on the walls, and that's what I was looking at. We have a poster of The Butterfly Effect. That's a great fucking movie. Ashton Kutcher did great in that. That's the only reason I suggested him. That's a great fucking movie.
I have to watch that movie again. I love that movie. It's a very good movie, and I recommend everyone to watch it. But I don't remember if Ashton was good in the movie or if it was just a good movie and you saw past how shitty he was.
No, I
don't
liked
know.
him.
Okay.
I liked him.
I do need to watch that movie again. That's
You
good
do.
of him.
I think they made two like movies after that. They never hit theaters. Do not watch them. They are fucking terrible. Because I watched The Butterfly Effect like a couple months ago, and I was like, "Oh wow, they've made new ones." And I went to go watch the second ones, and I had a frown on my face the whole time I was watching it. I did not watch the whole thing. Fuck that. Do not watch it. It needs to be deleted from history.
Is it like when they made a sequel to American Psycho and it has absolutely nothing to do with it? And
Yes.
actually, it's what's her name? It's Ashton Kutcher's wife that's in that movie. Mila Kunis.
Ooh.
Who she's fucking hot, but that movie is terrible and should not
if
exist.
If Margot Robbie wasn't Harley Quinn, then it needs to be Mila Kunis.
I'm good with that. Mila has my endorsement.
She's always been like the typical like, or I don't think more so these days because there's just more people. But like when I was growing up, she was always like the go-to. Like if someone asked you like, who's your favorite female like or actress, who's the hottest one? It was always Mila Kunis every time.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And like I grew up, I'm almost the same age as her. She's a couple years older than me, and
I have a shot.
I fell in love with her on that '70s show, and she was roughly my age, so it worked out. I kind of grew up with her. She just doesn't know it. And yeah, I absolutely love her.
All right. Let's see. Oh, can I talk about VR chat?
Good, yes.
All right, so moving topics, we're going to talk about VR chat. I'm kind of like in this shit. Like I saw Steve this weekend and we were like talking about it. My girlfriend, she stole my VR headset to play VR chat like 2 months ago. I could not get my headset back. She has this shit on 18 out of the 24 hours of the day. I'm not joking. every
Not
day.
healthy. That is not a good look.
And she wouldn't let me have it back, so I had to go buy another headset. Um, I now have two Oculus Quests
No, you have
because
one.
yeah, I have one. My other one was fucking ripped from me.
You got hoed.
I did. Um, so once I got it, I didn't really want to play anything else, and I saw she was chilling with friends on VR chat. Um, I was like, you know what? Let me pop in. Let me see what's good. And that was a mistake, because bro, I'm in this bitch deep. My dog is barking. I apologize.
It's good for the
One
show.
sec.
Yeah, I have not been in VR in a minute. Last couple times I kind of got motion sick, and I've been hesitant to get back in here, but I need to. And right now I'm just I'm playing VR. Oh, I'm in VR chat on my desktop. That's why like my arms aren't moving. But I need to figure out how I can get in there and not get motion sick. There's an Elden Ring mod.
Oh God. But
That's
I'm back now. I had to scream at my dog.
do not scream
But
at your dog. You will get canceled. We both can't get canceled.
true, dogs are protected on the internet.
They
People
should
act like
be.
they can do no wrong. But my dog is bad as fuck, dude. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah. Well, there's a certain responsibility. My dog's bad too, but there is a responsibility on as the owners to correct the behavior.
Oh yeah,
Just
I
because
corrected it. My girlfriend undid it. Every time I disciplined, she would, oh no, don't do that, and pick her up and pet her and give her treats and shit. So it was ruined. The dog is a complete brat. She acts just like my girlfriend who raised her. They're twins.
they're both brats.
Yes. But back to what I was doing before my dog rudely interrupted. Yeah, I'm in this shit a fuckload these days. Not so much during the week because like 8 hours of my day are strictly work. But after that, I'm in. Like
In
I
this bitch.
mentioned, I'm in this bitch. Like I think it was like kind of at the beginning of the show or when we talked about like Batman and shit. I mentioned I watched Batman in VR chat, dude. There's movie theater worlds here with any movie like damn near. I found a couple that weren't on there, but that's because they have like weird movie tastes. Um, but there's like any movie you can think of, TV shows, like all the seasons, all the episodes, anime here, all seasons, all episodes, dubbed and subbed.
Don't
It's
they? Don't they have a Plex app? Like you should be able to get in there and watch your Plex shit in there, right?
they probably do. I wouldn't doubt it. Like the movie worlds I go in, it's just like a catalog, like with a keyboard. You type in the movie, you can search by like genre, like new releases. It's funny they say new releases because they're fucking stealing it and putting it in the game. But yeah, new releases, like all that, you can sort by like date, release date, shit like that. Um, but yeah, they have movie theater worlds, mini games like golf. They have Beat Saber in this bitch, and I played it, and it's not too far off from what Beat Saber actually is. They have dancing worlds. They have clubs, dude. They have
VR
they have
chat is fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah, dude,
that's the killer VR app. Everyone's been waiting for a killer VR app. It's VR chat.
and it's free. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have clubs. Like this shit blew my mind because when I first started playing VR, I was kind of like in a troll mindset. Like, oh, I'm gonna go around in a fucked up avatar and just mess with people, like scream in the mic and shit. So that's what I thought VR chat was. But when I saw, because my girlfriend got it to like hang out with friends, and they have just like they just hang out, like they're genuine, just
Chilling.
hanging out, yeah, just chilling.
Social.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a big thing in VR chat is going into a world. The world will have a mirror in it. I mean, there's a mirror in this world. It's behind the camera. You can't see. I'm looking into it right now. But a big thing is people go into a world with a mirror and they just sit in front of it. they just they
Why?
just they just sit in front of it and talk to people. I think I haven't asked anyone, but I know for me specifically, I like the mirror because some avatars have like items you can like pull out and like play with, like balls.
Like this gun.
A couple of my yeah, yeah. He has a. You can't see it because he has no arms, but he has a fucking gun in his hand. Don't shoot up the play.
I can't because I can't control my arms. You lucky.
Oh God, don't come to the studio tomorrow. but but yeah, I like it because like I can see what I'm doing. That's pretty much it because like we have these cool avatars and stuff, so you can't see it in first person. So I'll go sit in a
Yeah,
mirror and look at it. It's pretty cool. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
I agree. VR chat is the killer app, and everyone like we have friends that never game, but they have VR chat and they jump in that bitch.
yep.
So
But
it's great, and especially in this fucking new COVID world we're living in, it's
that ass.
it gives you a chance to be social and distant. So fuck yeah.
Yeah, the way I had to describe it to someone was imagine like a voice chat, but you can physically see people. That's literally it. Because,
Yep.
like I said earlier, my girlfriend goes in there to like socialize with her internet friends, and they just sit and talk. Like, if you're in a voice chat, that's what you're doing anyway. You just can't see the people you're there with. Like, it might sound like cringe, but you can like hug people, you can pet them. Um,
Don't touch me.
I was about to say, oh, I could go pat Steve's head. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I remember how I said I went to um a baby shower this weekend for my newly born niece.
Yes.
Dude, I was in VR chat so much that when I walked there, this was my first time seeing like actual people besides my girlfriend in like 2 weeks. I don't leave the house. I'm a hermit. I went there, and my first instinct when my mom walked up to me, I wanted to head pat her because that's like what you do in VR chat. You see someone, you head pat them. Like I literally almost head patted my mom in front of my whole family. I'm not even kidding, bro.
that's that's great.
It has
That is
ruined.
awesome.
It has ruined me. Um, but back to what I was saying about the clubs, dude. Like they have basically concerts in these bitches, like at venues, like actual concerts, like a big stage. There's a DJ up there, whoever's performing, and a crowd just full of people. People have like they make flyers for this shit. Like outside of VR chat, like they make flyers with like date, time, people who's showing up, like a fucking Coachella like poster, dude. I'm not kidding. It's
That's
cool. I'm
insane.
not roasting you.
No, no, it is not. It's not a roast. It's fucking cool. I'm glad it
Yeah,
exists. I need to figure out how I can get in there without getting motion sick every time. Once I get that shit down, I'll be in there with you.
sounds good, bro. It's a really good time. Like I still find people who run up that are trolls, which I don't blame them. That's exactly what I did when I first got this shit. So I mean, I feel like it's just a phase that you go through because
Yeah,
once you get past that and you realize that there's just normal people here, just like me. Like after work might have sucked, life might suck, so you literally get in VR to escape that. And it's nice to see people who, I mean, I'm not saying that like I'm glad you had a shit day, but like someone that can relate to me who also had like a shit day. And you can just like talk to people. It's really nice.
yeah. I agree. It is nice. I'm glad it exists. It gives, especially people that may be a little socially awkward, or maybe they can't leave the house for other reasons. It gives them an outlet, and it does. You forget you're in a VR world. You're just kind of immersed in and living it. It's pretty fucking great. I'm glad it exists.
Same. And don't make fun of me on this. You can make fun of me after the show, but don't do it live.
Okay.
um, uh, like I like sleeping in VR chat. Like there's I don't do it on the weekday because like I need to get actual sleep for my cringe 9 to 5 job. But during the weekends, I'll there's this room that's it's just like an apartment, but it has like a remember how I was telling you like they have like all the movies and shit. There's like a catalog. A bunch of the rooms have that catalog in there, and it's like just on a TV. Um, so like there's a living room there with couches, tables, pillows, and on the TV that catalog is there. You can watch any movie you want. So I'll go in there on a Friday night when it's time for bed. I'll throw on fucking. Don't say anything. Don't laugh. I'll throw on motherfucking The Fast and the Furious, and I go to sleep to that bitch, and it's a great time.
I'm not
And
supposed to roast you for any of this.
yeah, not on stream, not on stream,
All right,
but
all
but
right.
but yeah, dude, it's really cool. Like headset still on. I go to sleep. I wake up, and it's like I'm. You almost forget that you're in VR for a little bit, like when you wake up in this shit. But it's nice, dude. Like I'm not. This isn't me saying that like, oh, VR chat is better than reality. Like that might be the case for some people. I see. I get that, but that's just not what I'm doing. I just like doing it because it's cool. Like there's nothing like this game. Like it's just a giant social platform. Meet people, have cool avatars like this and that. Kermit, Fortnite Kermit. But yeah, I
I
like VR
don't
chat.
I don't get sleeping in it, but everything else I agree with. Isn't Facebook or Meta or whatever trying to make their own like the metaverse or some shit?
Yeah, yeah. It's called
Uh,
Horizon Worlds, and that shit flopped.
oh,
It's
I didn't even know
terrible.
it already launched. That's
Yeah, me
uh,
either. They don't even advertise it. Randy, like our other co-host, he also has VR. We get in here sometimes. But he hit me up one day. He was like, "Do you want to try out that new Facebook VR chat?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, it's like a virtual world with different worlds and games and stuff." So we went in, and it fucking sucks. I mean, it might be for like children because like that's all we found, and there was actual children like screaming and shit. But it's not good. I They wanted it to be like this, but I think VR chat has a chokehold on the virtual world social platform. Like I don't think that anything can beat this, especially because VR chat is more or less like open source. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like I made this room,
yeah.
and it's
That
everything that I like, and I'm pretty sure Facebook's not going to let you do that.
that's going to be the death nail for them. You have to make it open because that's you can do basically anything you want in VR chat. If you can't do that in whatever the hell what's it Horizon Worlds, if you
Yeah,
can't do that shit in Horizon Worlds, then it's already lost. Like I want competition because I think that is usually the driving force behind innovation. It is you need to stay in front of the next one, so I hope something pops up that does. I guess was it Rec Room? It's
yeah. Rec Room
kind
is
of
good.
yeah. Rec Room is good, and I think that's probably the closest thing to competition that VR Chat has. If you, if, I would love another one. I want Horizon Worlds to be successful so that we have options as consumers, and they keep innovating and trying new things. But I don't think it's gonna. It's already dead on arrival. They did a shit job of advertising. I think they even had didn't they have like a fake Super Bowl ad? Like and it's still
I
fucking
think
flop.
so. Dude, they don't even when Randy told me to get it, I had to go digging for it. Like you would think since all like meta shit is like what's happening right now, you would think they'd plaster that shit everywhere. But dude, I had to search for it by its exact name on the Oculus store and I or else I couldn't find it. They probably want us to forget it.
Google and Facebook are notorious for that. They spend millions and millions of dollars developing it, and then it's fucking dead on arrival. It's so fucking dumb.
I agree. Um but I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I want competition so this gets better. Oh, a good thing about Rec Room, anyone can make a world in it. Which I'm not saying Horizon Worlds you can't, but I don't think you can. Like I think they're all like pre-made worlds by like meta developers and shit. But
And
I will
the
say,
the fact that we don't know the answer to that is the problem. Like we don't
yeah,
know shit about it.
it's ridiculous. But I will say one good thing about Meta, um, they make a pretty good fucking headset. Like the Oculus Quest, which is now they rebranded it to the Meta Quest. It's a
Refuse to
great
accept
fucking
that.
headset. Yeah, it's a great headset. They need to. This is what they need to do. Don't make games. Make these. And I'm
Yes.
doing this on screen. I'm touching my headset IRL. But yeah,
I
do this.
I
Update
agree.
this.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
And
That's
and
that's all I
fuck
got on VR shit.
fuck the rebranding. It's
Fuck the
gonna be
rebranding.
Facebook. It's Oculus Quest, and I don't give a shit about Meta. Okay.
Dude, when you power up the Quest, it used to have like an Oculus, like the O logo.
Yes.
Dude, they patched that out. It's a fucking Meta logo now. It's fucking crazy, dude. But didn't their stock plummet when they changed the name or some shit like that?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Dumbasses. Mark Zuckerberg and your barbecue sauce eating ass, stop this shit. Make me not have to have a Facebook account to use my headset. Fuck that shit.
Yes. And Steve's asking, yes, they did change the Oculus brand. It's Meta.
Yep.
Everything is Meta. The Meta world.
Yep. It's sad. I don't. That shit'll never stick. That it'll always be Facebook to me.
And
We grew up on the
Face-
shit. You can't change that now.
yeah. Yeah. You jammed it down our fucking throats for 20 something years. It's Facebook.
Yeah,
And Oculus is a good name. I like Oculus.
and you tailored ads across all of my devices for 10 years for Facebook. I know Facebook. Everywhere I fucking turned was Facebook. Fuck Meta. Oh, if you open Facebook, like the splash screen. Wait, my headset fucked up. But if you look at the splash screen for Facebook, Meta logo there. If you look at the splash screen for Instagram, Meta logo there. Like
See,
it's
you're talking shit, and that's why your headset fucked up, man. You're gonna have some
Literally.
problems now.
literally. I was talking shit to Mark, and he banned my shit.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't have a Facebook. I have an account, but I don't have any. I don't use it, and I don't have it installed on any devices. Same thing with Instagram. I try my best to stay the fuck out of the Facebook world, the metaverse. Oculus is my one exception because it's a fucking great product. The other ones are garbage products. But I think we talked enough about the meta world. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg. Corny
I
ass
agree.
bastard.
Fuck Zuck. But no, I'm not even kidding. My hands, my headset and shit, it's not working anymore. Like I can't move my hands. I can't move my hands from my head, dude.
I think I think it's a good time to end the show because you're about to get taken out by the Zuck, and we don't want that on stream. I don't want to record that.
Wait. Okay, I'm back now. I'm not sure what the fuck that was, but I'm not talking shit about Zuck anymore. Enjoy your sweet baby rays, bro. You got it. Bro, is that the end?
I think so, man. I'm good. I'm glad that we're back. We're gonna do this every Tuesday. We're gonna try to keep it at the same time. Stay tuned. We'll get it communicated on our social medias. We're really bad at social media. I'm not gonna lie, but we're trying to get better. But yeah, we appreciate everyone joining us. We'll get the podcast out ASAP. We're gonna try some different editing. I'm not exactly sure how yet, but I want to make it something special for the season 2 and show that we're committed. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone.
Thanks. See ya.